played over 50 games of Halo Infinite without these 3 buttons, and it taught me something I've been thinking a lot about. If someone told you they found a way to get more kills, die less, and get the highest rank in Halo Infinite in less than 9 hours, would you think they're cheating? Cause I would. Last season I had this crazy idea. I achieved my goal, but if I would have listened to my own advice,
Without damage taken under 1,000, there's gotta be something to be learned here.
maybe I would have achieved it sooner. So I'm going to give you the advice I should have taken myself. It boiled down to 3 lessons I've learned. One of my favorite aspects of modern games today is when everything is on the line and you only have one life, like a battle royale. The arena shooters are the opposite, okay? Halo, the opposite. One life, one game? No, not Halo. What I'm about to show you is never before seen footage of the Sloth series. Out of the 53 games I played, you saw 44. The other 9 were my placement matches. Let me show you how they basically went.
Oh. Well, those guys came out of nowhere. I went 18-1.
I only died once, but how? This is what I did. I found all my games where I got 5 deaths or less and watched them over and over and over. It was clear I was torn. I mean, it was a crazy idea already, right? Trying to play Halo without these movement abilities. How was I supposed to dodge enemy fire, jump over obstacles, or move quickly to escape danger? The answer to these 3 predicaments is the answer to our question. If you want to die less, you need to start playing like a sloth. Yes, a sloth, and not just any sloth, but a sloth who has had 10 cups of coffee, a Red Bull chaser, and maybe just a little bit of cocaine. This doesn't make you physically any faster or physically any stronger, no. Instead, it makes you sharp and immune to bullshit. And bullshit comes in many different forms. Whether it's just an annoying kid,
Since guys like Spartan, who all they focus on is fucking slang and they don't have any game sense.
or terrible desync. Let me make this very clear though, I'm not advocating that you need to take a ridiculous amount of stimulants and narcotics to play Halo. I mean, you do what you gotta do. What I am saying is if you want to die less, you have to commit to your plan right now to being a stealthy and sharp sloth. I'm not saying you should just immediately delete your jump, sprint, and slide button. No, that's for absolute trash cans like me, or pros, which I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're neither. Instead, you need to move like a shadow, crouch, sneak, hide behind cover. Pro tip, bullets don't go through walls. Sometimes. So don't be afraid to take your time and plan your moves. Secondly, use your surroundings to your advantage. You can use walls and corners to hide from enemies, and you can even use explosives or equipment to create your own cover, like covering an open doorway with a shroud screen or throwing a grenade behind you as you run away. And finally, always keep your eyes and ears open. You need to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Listen for the sound of footsteps and gunfire. Keep an eye out for movement in the distance, and if you're playing with friends, make sure you communicate with them constantly. Let's be honest, you don't have any friends now. Except me, I'll be your friend. Okay, so after you take my advice on being a sloth on steroids, you might start feeling pretty confident and maybe a little invincible. Perhaps you're even taking enemies out left and right with ease. Maybe this new sloth strategy is working perfectly, but I promise you, things will take a turn, like they did for me. See, after I won without a HUD and a reticle, I went on a bit of a win streak. I noticed the obstacles were beginning to get more challenging though, and I was having trouble adapting to the new challenges. This happens all the time. This is simply the false victory moment where you get lulled into a sense of security thinking you have everything under control. But the reality is, you've only managed to survive this long because you've been lucky. Hell, I got lucky. Because we're playing slow, because we haven't had a chance to push ourselves beyond the limit. I realized that during this game.
What are you doing, Sloth? You have no business being in rank, bro. You have to grab the ball, you dumb fuck. The time's running out.
So this false victory moment I've talked about, that I experienced, that you might experience too, it taught me an important lesson. Never underestimate the challenges that lie ahead, and that's the key to getting more kills. Fear isn't bad. See, when the stakes are raised and the tension is higher, you need to keep evolving and improving if you want more kills. Start experimenting with different weapons, testing out new strategies, and even practicing your aim. But don't underestimate your opponent, or your teammates for that matter. However, when someone is just squatting away on your face, and you're at absolute rock bottom, but a voice in your head says, I need to adapt, listen to it. If you're able to,
Killing spree.
you'll be one step closer to setting up traps,
Killing frenzy.
anticipating your opponent's positions,
Running riot.
and getting more kills.
Rampage.
Okay, so you got less deaths, you got more kills. Am I Onyx now? No, you're not. Not even close. You've tried playing more like a sloth and have gotten pretty good at it, but you're still struggling to rank up. Maybe even you've taken all my advice and have tried everything from practicing your aim to perfecting your pushes, but nothing is working. I promise you, eventually, it'll click. You'll be playing and everything seems to be going wrong. Your teammates are playing like absolute dog water. The enemies are everywhere and you can't seem to get a single kill. It's a complete disaster. But you have to remember something that you've been neglecting. Shit, I've been neglecting it too, and it's playing the objective. After you master dying less and getting more kills, if you focus on, say, capturing the flag and controlling the strongholds, rather than just trying to get as many kills as possible, you'll start losing less when you lose and gaining more when you win. That's the secret. And the only way to do this is if you have objective points. Your KD ratio will only get you so far. Even the top players in the world have a 50% win rate. But you want to know why they're the best and why they're at the top? They're a better teammate. They communicate with their squad and they work together to achieve their goals. Stop focusing on individual performance and start thinking about the bigger picture. That big KD ratio means nothing if you don't win the game and play the objective. Slowly but surely, things will start to turn around. You'll start capturing more flags or defending more strongholds or holding more balls. Well, scratch the last thing. That's all you. You're the ball boy. I'm done holding balls.